like racing in cars but don't want to work on ordinary run-of-the-mill commuters? Or do you like engineering but want the means to travel and see the world? Well, motorsports engineering might be a career that you would want to pursue. For instance, according to Business Insider, F1 travels to over 20 different countries every single year, and sometimes they even double back and do countries multiple times, like the United States or Italy. I've been a fan of racing for years, and I've loved engineering since I was a little kid. I've built Legos, took stuff apart, and it's always been something I've been interested in. Even though I've always loved engineering, working on everyday commuters like Fords or Acuras never really called to me. It was the race cars. There are options out there to be a mechanic, not for a normal shop, but for an actual racing team. Being a motorsports engineer can be much more fun and rewarding than being an average mechanic, and it's something that's called to me and could possibly call to you. Studies show that engineers are often happier in their work, they get paid well, and they get to travel all over the world. For teamwork, it's a big part of the field. A lot of engineers enjoy teamwork because it's fun to collaborate with your peers and it makes the job a lot easier. Average mechanic shops usually work by themselves and not with a team. So they work on oil changes and all that, and you don't need other people. But for most engineers, it's very different, and they work as a very large collaborative group. They're also kept busy. Motorsports engineering, there's constant changes in the regulations and the rules, and it causes the engineers to always constantly have something to do and something to work on, which causes a lot of people because some people might like a normal 9 to 5, but lots of engineers would prefer to be busy and have stuff to work on because tackling challenges is fun to them. Engineers are happy because of those reasons, but another glaring benefit to being a motorsports engineer is your ability to travel. If you have a desire to travel, motorsports engineering is most definitely for you. With the vast number of countries that F1 and other racing series travel to, it'd be perfect if you enjoy traveling. According to the F1 calendar, F1 alone travels to over 20 different countries every single season. And if you don't like the countries that F1 travels to, you can go join other racing series like IMSA, MotoGP, or DTM, which travels to a different set of tracks in different countries. You can even spend time inside countries if you work there, or when you travel for races. Many motorsports teams are often based in other countries, so even if you work at the factory, you can still be in a different country and enjoy the scenery. According to Jacob Zinkula of Business Insider, even when traveling to races just for a weekend, there's enough time throughout the weekend where the crew is allowed to see the country or see the city that they're in and enjoy it. Both these reasons above are great, but there's one main perk that's most important to jobs: the pay. And that's what's most important. Engineers get paid very well. According to Glassdoor, the average motorsports engineer salary is about $127,000 a year. This of course depends on the team and the series, but if you work your way up in the field, you can be very successful. The low end of the spectrum is around $98,000, but Glassdoor states if you work your way up to engineer 4, which is a level where you're working on the actual cars and not on the data, you can make up to $228,000 a year. Also, this is a higher salary than the average mechanic. An average mechanic makes around $69,000 a year, but in that field you can work your way up to higher pay as well, but it's a bit harder. And motorsports engineers also get better benefits in their teams. Teams such as Mercedes, McLaren, and others take care of their team members very well with health benefits such as insurance and all that. Overall, motorsports engineering can be a very rewarding field compared to the average mechanic. With a higher than average salary, getting to travel the world, and being happy in their work, I think it's a great field to pursue if you like cars and you like racing.